Hello everybody, I'm back again. So I'm finally here to do the tutorial on how I connected those two clasp envelopes together to make this signature. Well, two signature. So let me throw that over there. So I'm using these that I had found in the thrift store. And these measure 12 by 9. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is take off these thingies. Whatchamacallit? Okay, I don't know where the other one is. I'm gonna use this one. Sorry it took me a while, guys, but just things keep happening that keep interrupting me, and you know how life is. But anyways, we need to take these off. I'm just going to use these to kind of wiggle it a little bit. I hope everybody's doing good. I still have my flu, but I'm doing a lot better. And if it tears, guys, a little bit, it's okay. It's going to get covered anyways. And then let's do both of these. But yeah, I thought this was a neat idea. That's why I had to jump in and show it to you guys. So I thought it was kind of cool. So okay. Okay. So then now what we need to do is close these flaps. And I'm going to use my wet glue for this. So let's see. I need to refill this bottle already. But yeah, I was preparing the signatures to do the video, because on the one that I had started doing, which was what, 2 days ago, 3 days ago? No, well, I wanted to start from the beginning again, so I had to create another one, which is fine. But yeah, I had started creating it, and people dropped by and I had to shut it down, and I don't know how to link them or cut and paste and put them together like some people do to love their videos, their setup, their got a little introduction, little video. I like how they just do all kinds of stuff. I don't know how to do that. So, okay, come on, glue. My glue's not wanting to work today. So, then the next step is to figure out what size journal you're creating. So we will have to do a little bit of trimming. Okay, I think that's good. So the first thing that I did was fold them in half. And I think it's good right there. Like so. Now this one. Okay. Some dirty nails, guys. Don't focus on my nails. But anyway, so now that we have this, we're going to need our scoreboard. Pull it out. Which I've been wanting to purchase a small one. I've seen people use the little ones for small stuff. And I need to get one because, you know, I have this big one. But, you know, for small stuff, it's cool, the small one. It doesn't take that much space, so that's the cool part. So anyways, after this, you open your folder again. And I'm a little off the 6. Let me just put it this way. And this envelope, maybe if I turn it this way. Well, it's still not at the 6. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in here. So let's just pretend that's the middle. That's the middle. So from here, what I did, I think on the first one that I made, I think I went up to, I don't think it was it wasn't the 1/2 inch. I think it was 1/8 of an inch, I think. See, I just did it without really thinking. But I'm going to do what am I going to do? I don't think it was a 1/2 inch, or was it a 1/4? No, let's do no, I think 1/4's not enough. Okay, let's do, I think it was more than a 1/4. Let's just do up to here, which is 5/16. And now on the opposite side, we're going to do it again. And then, well, let me do both of them first real quick so I can get this board out of the way. So I'm going to say right there. Sorry guys if I'm not in frame. Okay, so that's all. We could put this away. And then we're gonna we are going to varnish those babies real good. And now this side. Okay, so we now have 3 score lines. The center one and then the 2 we did on the side. So let's do the same for this one. And now this one. Whoops. That one didn't go too well. There. And these folders are not all that straight, so it's kind of hard sometimes, but I think we got it. Okay, so now we have our 3 lines here. So the next step is to trim these cover to size. So the journal I'm doing, it's 8.5, I think it was, by 5.5. So these need to be 8 by 5. So now we need our trimmer. Let me pull out my old one, because I don't want to pull out the other one. Too heavy. So we're going to measure from the last score line on the right side and put it right in the 5.5. Actually, it's just very little. For mine, maybe I should just leave it like that. Now, unless you're going to use it to tuck things on the back or the front, I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to just leave it alone. But I know the length, we said 8.5, that will be right there. So we do have to trim a piece from the top. So 8.5. Yeah, if it's only a little bit, I don't think it's gonna bug me. Yeah, I'll leave it. Put that down there. Okay, so now from this step, we need to pull out our little, whatchamacallit? This little thingy. Or what is it? Envelope punch board from We Are Memory Keepers. So this is what I'm going to use. So we're going to take one of the covers, put this baby over here for now, and we're going to pick our side where we want the pocket. I usually do the opposite, the bottom of the envelope, not where the clasp was. And what I did is I went to the 1.5 mark and press, and I flipped it over, and again 1.5 mark and press. Now we move this out of the way, we won't need it anymore, and we need to get our little scoreboard paper trimmer, and we're going to bring this baby in here, and we're going to cut just this flap, this middle flap right here, okay? So I'm going to measure where I'm cutting from right the end of each of these little thingies. This one has a wire, so that's kind of cool because it shows you exactly where it's going to cut. That's what I like about this one. So press down, go till you feel it. Go slow, and you feel it hit that little empty part. So that's how we do this little cut. We cut here. So now, get this out of the way. Pop it over there. So now what we're going to do, if you're going to sew, this is the part to sew. If you're not going to sew, this is the part where you gather each of them on the, and we're going to sew these together like this, or glue it, whichever one you're going to do. I'm going to sew real quick because I like the sewing. So I am actually going to use my sewing machine in front of you guys. Can you believe it? I brought the sewing machine because I thought it would be it'd be cool. So I don't have to go back and forth and leave you guys. So let's see how this works. Move my board here. So I'm going to put it here. Make sure, oh, right there. I think you guys could see me good. Move it a little bit that way. Okay. So then I'm going to do the sewing on the front because this is what's going to show. I don't know if that matters to you guys, but I like the stitching on the front on this side. That makes sense. So I'm just going to sew straight across because once you put it together you can't do that anymore. And I'm going to do the zigzag stitch. Bring my little petal over here. So here we go, guys. Whoops. trying to go turbo here. Turn this around a little bit. Then turn it again. And I'm going slow. And I actually got a new sewing machine, guys. My old one was a brother's. I can't remember the model, but you know, it's your basic sewing machine. But I was looking at one of the videos from Tsunami Rose, Daisy's channel, and she showed hers. And the part that caught my eye was that she said it threads the needle. I'm like, what? You know, when you're blind like me, you know, things like that are awesome. You know, because, oh, it's out of the way. Yeah, when she said that, I'm like, okay, I need to look into it. So I looked up her sewing machine, and I liked that feature, so I went ahead and purchased me one. And it's awesome. Oh man, I'm dropping things. See, it's not sewing proof here at this table. But yeah, I loved it. It has a lot of cool features. I mean, it has more stitching patterns than mine, and it's more smoother. The little foot thing, when it grabs the paper, it's more I think it holds it more down than mine, my other one. So yeah, it's a lot of cool little features that I found on this one, so I really liked it. Anyways, let me stop right there. Okay, so we did this one already. As you could see, I went ahead and did my stitching. So now we got to do it on this one. Now, this is the way it's going to go. So I need to now stitch on the back side, because this is where a little pocket thing is. So on this side, I got to do a straight stitch also. Not a straight stitch, another zigzag stitch. So let me do that real quick, guys. But yeah, I really like the sewing machine, so I put the other one away. I missed it to a point, you know, I mean, I still do. I guess you get used to your toys. But this one's got a lot of more features. It's more softer, it's more quieter. The other one was a little more louder, so. But yeah, I really like it. One of the features that I did want that this one does not have was the part where it has that button where if you don't want to use the foot, you could just push the button and it goes. I didn't get that. So I ended up getting this one. It was a good price. And it did stuff that I wasn't looking for. But I want it. Okay, so now this is what we have, guys. And so now what we're going to do, it's these two. We're going to put them together as our flaps. So we want this side on the inside, and we got the sewing on this side. So these two will go together like this. So now on this point, what we got to do, I use these little clasp thingies just to hold it in place so it doesn't move. And I'm going to put that one there just to make sure they don't move. And then we're going to close this. Actually, no, we're not going to close it. We're going to put this together like that now. Now on the first, once you put them side to side, and we got our little pocket sewing area together, we're going to go to the first score line starting from the pocket side, and that's where we're going to sew above, though, above the score line, not in between the two score lines over here. So right above. So I'm going to do a straight stitch for that one. That one doesn't need to be a zigzag. It's just pretty much sealing the envelope. And in reality, well, we need to go around it. I did the this side first. Why? I don't know, but I'm gonna switch it around. I take it back, guys. Let me move this clasp. Clasp. This little clip thingy. Yeah, I'm good on this side. And I'm going to start. Actually, I'm gonna have to move it so it doesn't interfere with my sewing. So yeah, erase everything else. We're gonna start sewing around. Okay, only almost to the end of this score line. I hope I make sense, guys. I feel like I'm confusing you. But, okay, so we're going to sew around our pocket. So, hold on. Push these babies in. They don't be on my way. And, like I said, we're going to do the straight stitch. Another feature that this sewing machine has is like when you stop sewing, the needle stays down. I did read that you can change that, but I like that because, you know, especially when you need to turn your paper around, you want to make sure that needle's down so that it doesn't move when you turn your paper around. So I like that feature. I did not know that existed. So yeah, and then it's funny, I've had the sewing machine for maybe what, like 3 weeks I think, and just I now realized this little clip that's sticking out, that's for you to cut your thread when you're done sewing. Did I know that? No, and I read the manual, but for some reason I did not see that till today. I'm like, what is that sticking out here for? I thought it was for the thread, but I'm like, okay, that makes no sense. So I got up and looked. No, it's a little blade thing for you to cut your thread. I'm like, OMG. I'm telling you guys, obviously I didn't read properly. I'm used to scatter reading. That's how I got through school. If I can scatter read and figure it out, I don't want to read the whole thing. So yeah. Okay. So we are done. See? I forget, I'm not used to it. Bam. Wow. That thing was there all this time and I did not know. Okay, so we're going to put this there for now. And we're going to take our clips. I just want you guys to see, but we are not done sewing. Take these off. And now we can put our journal back the way it's supposed to go. But I want to make sure, now that I sewed, I want to press here, make sure we varnish it properly. And then turn the page again, press down. So hopefully I haven't lost you guys, but that's what we did. Those are 2 envelopes. We just put them together, did this little cut, and just sewed around the pocket. And so we still have our 2 little score lines over here and our 2 little extra score lines over here. Okay? So that's what we have so far. So now from this point, because of this pocket, we cannot sew all around it. What you can do is sew around each, the cover and the back cover. But we can't sew straight because of this pocket here. So, for me, because I am planning on using some of that tie-back tape, mine's kind of thick. It's gonna cover my stitching if I go around the cover. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go up and down, but just not this sewing close to the binding. I could cut the tape smaller, but at the same time no, because I wanted to go over this score line. I don't know, it may not make sense for you guys, but in my head it makes sense. So I'm not sewing there. So let's do that. Let me bring this sewing machine back over here. And I'm going to do the zigzag stitch all around. So make sure when you start doing that, make sure this pocket is on the bottom, because it could happen. I'm telling you. God knows all kinds of stuff happens to me. Oh, Lord. Oh, Patricia, you gotta change the... Okay, hold on, guys. See? What am I telling you? Perfect example. You're supposed to put or switch it on your computer, on your sewing machine, that you're gonna do the zigzag, not the straight. You see? It happens. Perfect example. Okay, let's start. So remember, we're starting to sew be right next to the first score line. And we're going slow. No need to rush, because then we mess up. And I don't know, I'm sure you guys already know, but I'll say this for the beginners. When you're sewing and you're going to turn the page, try to always stop you're doing zigzag, of course. Stop with the needle going to the right side and not on the left. That way it continues to sew this way, because I did it the opposite way and somehow the paper ended up, the sewing tried to sew after, not after, oh my goodness, it wasn't on the paper, that's what I'm trying to say. So just always when you stop the needle, sewing, and you need to turn the paper and you're doing zigzag, let the needle stop on the right side and then turn the paper and keep sewing. If you guys want to know exactly what I'm trying to say, if you didn't understand me, just do it on the left and watch what happens. That's the way I learned. And there's a lot of awesome videos out there for sewing, but like basic little things that I guess sewing people, know, and I think to them it's just like common sense, but to us beginners it's not. That's one of the things. I don't hear a lot of people say things like that. Also, like, my number one problem that I had when I first started sewing is attention. How or where are you supposed to have that sucker? And I remember I kept losing my thread, and I had to Google and figure out, oh, it's your tension. Okay, so how, where? So, yeah, it took me a while to figure these little things out, but, yeah, it says where to keep the needle, but, the range, but still it doesn't tell you exactly where. So, man, I was being a mess. But I figured it out. Thank God I'm one of those women that don't give up. They just keep looking and keep searching, and I figured it out. But yeah, that was not fun. That was not fun for me, figuring that out. Like, it just says play with the tension, which is true. I guess you're supposed to do that, but still, the one thing that I have difficulty is remembering which side is to tighten, which side makes it loose. So finally I figured that one out, and now I try to guide myself with lefty loosey, righty tighty. Because I'm like, I forget where. I would do it the wrong way, and next thing you know, my thread was really loose. Yet I still have that problem, because when my son comes in here and I'm not paying attention, he loves to move buttons. So he moves my tension. So I start sewing and I feel like I see a little ball of thread on the bottom or whatever I'm sewing. I'm like, what the hell? So I look up, yep, it's on 2. It's on 1. He just, that boy. That boy is no joke. He's lucky I love him. Yeah, he's a mess. He's a mess just like his mama. But anyways, guys, oh my God, I think I ran out of thread. No, maybe? Oh, let's see if I can finish it. I think it's already finishing. Come on, we're almost there. We're almost there. It's almost there. God. I keep doing my little... Oh, only did one. Okay, so I think we are done with the sewing machines. Move that out of the way. So this is what we have, guys. This is going to be our cover on this side. And this is the inside, and this is our pocket. So now we can cut these off or leave them. It's really up to you. I'm cutting them off. Okay, I think it's okay. See, it bunched up right there a little bit. Still looks cool. But, so now this is what we have. There's our little, this is how we put it together. Now, as far as the, to enforce the binding, what I did first was I sewed in my signatures. But first, by this, you should distress it if you want to distress it. I don't think I'm going to distress it since it's this color. What is it, a crack color? I'm not going to, I don't think I'm going to distress it. So I have my signatures ready to speed up the process. And I have this, this is the kind of thread I use. And this is for, I guess, crocheting. So this is the one I'm using if anybody's interested to know. It looks backwards from here. So anyways, so what I do now is I grab it, and I mean, I've seen so many videos, but that's apparently how they do it to measure the amount of thread that you will be using. So I need 2 of those. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Let me get my little mess out of here. Okay, so then what do I do with my needle? Doesn't want to come out, guys. So let's get this baby going. I mean, I know you guys wanted to know how I put the cover together. I don't know if you guys want to see me do the signatures, but the reason why I want to insert the signatures is so you could see the way I cover the binding and enforce it. Or I should say enforce the binding. Okay, so we have that ready. These are my 2 signatures that I have ready. So we're gonna put one over here, and we're gonna start with this one. I think I'm gonna need more little of these thingies right here. We get 2 more. I think 2 more. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do our little holes. We're gonna find the center of the signature, which is there. And by the way, I have 15 pages folded for each signature. I needed a sip of my coffee, guys. So make sure we have it where we want it. And then I'm going to use one of these clippy thingies to help me keep my pages where I want them to be. Make sure they're all lined up. And then I'm going to grab my ruler, and this ruler, it's from X-Acto. I bought it at Walmart, but I need to buy a new one because, I don't know if I told you guys, I was using my little blade, and instead of getting my metal one, I ended up getting this one because it was closer, and I did a little ding there. So now I could only do straight lines from here. If I do it this way, it's not straight. And for some reason, when I grab it, I always use the broken side one. Anyways, guys. Okay, so our 3 score lines that we have here, the one in the middle, that's where our signatures are going to go. Okay? So I'm going to turn this baby this side. I'm going to grab me a pen or a pencil, whatever you guys have. And I'm going to grab my ruler, and we're going to find the center. So we're going to go to that middle score line, And I think it's am I in frame? Yes, 4 1/4 on each side. For mine, I don't know if you guys are doing a different one. So I think I'm good there. So I'm gonna start making my little dots. So on the 0, put my hole. 1.5, put my little dot, and 3 inches. And actually, I'm gonna do it to the 4 inches too. And now on this side, 1.5, 3 inches, and then I'm gonna do the 4th. The only reason I always do it on the 3 inch. I'll show you why. Like on this one, see, it's perfectly fine, but if you switch to, I don't know, just having this like loose like this here. So now I'm thinking of adding another one. I guess, I don't know, it looks fine, but you know, I'm a weirdo. So since I'm doing the little dots, I'm gonna do this side real quick, just to get it out of the way and have it ready. How many minutes are we in? 36. So we look for our middle score line. No, what am I doing? That's not right. There. And there. So 0, my big head on the camera. 0, 1.5, 3 inches, and 4. 1.5, 3 inches, oops, and 4. And now we move this baby aside, and we're going to do the same thing to our signature. So now that we have the clip, I'm going to put my ruler and start my little dots. So right there, so 0, 1.5, 3 inches, and I'm going to do the 4th on this one. 3 inches, I'm sorry, 1.5, 3 inches, and 4. Move this one out of the way, and let's get this one ready too. I don't have any doilies here or anything, so I don't have to worry about the pages moving or worrying about where they're at. Because when you have short pages, yeah. Okay. That obviously is not good. Just make sure they all lined up, because we're going to do that little hole. So now we're going to bring it down, and we're going to do the measurements again real quick. Okay, this one, I think one of the pages are too big. Well, let me just do the first one. So 0, 1.5, 3, and 4. 1.5, 3, and 4. Pop that over there. Yeah, I think one of the pages is why it shouldn't be. They're all the same size. Oh wait, that's probably why. Yep. Okay, we got it. Now flip this one around. Okay, so now we're going to grab our little pokey thingy. This one is not, this is Tim Holtz, but this is the little pokey thingy. But this is used for the, you know, when you use your die cuts on your little die cut machine. And some of them have these little small grooves or whatever design you're using. And you have to, you know, poke it to take it out. That's what these are for. I wanted the pokey one for this but they didn't have it. They only had this one, so I bought it. I tried it. It works. And this one's a little cheaper. So yeah, guys, thought I'd share that. And it works good. It pushes in the books really good. Oh, I missed the last one. I'm forgetting that I did a 4. Oh shoot, this one's on the edge. Okay. So now we come this side. And actually I'm looking, and my old little pokey thing is not where it's supposed to be. I don't see it. I don't remember using it. But probably I left it somewhere. So we're just punching the holes. Okay. There we go. So now let's move these babies, and we're going to start doing puncturing our little holes here. I always start in the middle. Why? I don't know. But I do. This way. Oops. Now this side. Okay. So now we can put this one away. So now we look where we want our front. I'm going to choose this one because I want my pocket here. I mean, you could choose it the other way where this pocket, this will be blank and the pocket will be on this side, but I want my pocket here. So I want it like this, but I'm flipping around. So I'm going to grab my first signature. And if you have, you know, see, like this one, I inserted one of these 3 trifold time cards. So you want to make sure you have it straight. So that goes this way. And I'm going to start, I usually like to start my stitch on the front so that I have the little hanging threads on the front. But because I'm going to cover the back, I'm going to start from the back. So I got my paper ready. So I'm going to go and I'm going to start in the middle, which I'm sure most of you already know. But for those of you that don't, I guess it's a good thing that I'm showing this video. Shoot, need another little clippy. Okay, just to make sure I don't lose my thread. Okay, so then, now we're going to go to the middle of the hole. I mean, when it wants to, it doesn't want to. Hold on, we got it straight, right? Yeah. Come on, dude. Don't make me look bad. Go in. There you go. Hey, you just gotta talk to it. So then I'm gonna go up, and I'm gonna insert my needle and go in the next hole. You might want to pull it, but just not too hard so it doesn't come off from your little clip thing. And now the next hole up, and then on to the signature. Oops, 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 oops. There. And pull. Now I'm going to go to that extra hole that I made, which was a 4 inch, and go to the top hole and pull. Now we're going to flip it over and go back to the same hole that we just went in. We're going to go in through there and through our signature. Just trying to avoid the going in between the thread. You don't want to do that. And just, you know, throughout your sewing, make sure you're making sure that it's staying nice and tight. And out. And pull. And then we're going to go back to the middle and pull out. Just be careful not to hit the thread. You don't want to go in between. Pues. I'm telling you, it's not going in. Whatever. Oh, wait, right there. No, maybe. I'm telling you, it only happens when you're on video. I don't struggle this much doing this. Come on, go in. Pissing me off, paper. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next empty hole up here on the opposite side. And the next hole here. Then go up to our next hole. And now in our signature. Come on. There it is. And now we're going to go to our last hole. And back again to the one we had gone into. And from this point, it should be easy to go in and out through the holes. And then back to our, oh, wait, it's trying to get out. Okay. We don't want to do that. Oops. And out. So now we can take this little clippy off. Well, we can take all the clips off. Like I said, make sure all your little threadies are nice and tight, nothing's sticking out. So now we bring it back down and we got to do our little knot. And I always do 3 to 4 little knots. I want to make sure it doesn't pop out. That would be a cool thing. And I'm going to cut not all the way to the end, but almost. And now let's sew our next one. Get my, you want, let me turn off my heater. It's getting hot in here. I had my door open and my husband is one of those men, which I think most men are like that. They're always hot. So he always has the door open, and I'm close to the living room, so the air just comes in and I feel it hitting my legs, and oh no. I'm like, I need to turn on the heater, and I did, but now I'm getting hot because the door is closed. Okay, so again, let's make sure we have it facing the way we want it to face, yeah, it's the right side. So now we're going to sew our next one. And let's make sure this one's, nope, it's this way. Right? Make sure. Yeah, okay, we're good. So again, we're going to start from the back and the middle. So I'm going to insert my needle, and I'm going to use my little clippy thingy to hold this baby. Okay, so now pull, and let's get our signature. I'm checking it again because I'm a mess. Yeah, we're good. And we go in the middle. No, no quieres? Oh, there it is. So there we have it. So now, next hole, either the up or down, doesn't matter. And in we go. Then the next hole. Okay, hold on. Sippy a coffee. My throat gets dry from so much talking. And next hole up. And now we're going to go to the last hole. Last hole on the cover. And then we're going to go back on the same hole that we came out from. See if it works for me. Usually after the first couple of them, they go in easier, but not in this case. Come on, be nice to me. Let me do it better like this, see if this is easier. Yep. Pull it, make sure it's tight, and back to the next hole. Oh. There it is. Next hole, which is the middle one, that's our next one. Just flap it all around with this cover. Now let me turn it this way. And this one to our next hole. Then the next one. Oops. And then our last hole. Oh, that one went perfect. Oh man. Pues. Sorry guys. My big fingers got in the way. I pulled it. Oh my goodness. Guess what happened to me today, guys? So hubby and I had some errands to run. I needed to go to the post office. Anyways, we went for breakfast. And we went to one of our favorite spots. But for some reason, this is called Hercules. It's I guess like a burger stand, but their burgers are bomb. And they have awesome breakfast, and I always get their breakfast because I'm just a breakfast person in the morning. I can't have burgers like my husband for breakfast. Anyways, for some reason, most of the time that we go, I always get a frickin' hair on my food. something always happens, and either they mess up my order or there's a hair in my food. And today I get there and we were talking about it, and my husband's like, oh, don't start that you find hair or something in your food. It always happens to you because you're always looking. And I'm like, I always look at all my food no matter where I'm at. I go just to make sure, you know, there's nothing, shoot. So anyways, whatever, my husband's cuckoo. So then we go, and I look at my breakfast. My breakfast looks fine. I got pancakes with sausage and eggs, and I'm like, oh my God, you know, I wanted pancakes. So I was happy. I started eating some pancakes, some eggs. I'm doing good. So as soon as I grab one of the sausages to pull it to my side to start, you know, cutting the piece off of it, the one next to it had a frickin' hair. I'm like, I look at my husband, I'm like, see, look, like they do it on purpose or something. I don't know what it is. I can't be that lucky to have hairs all the time when I come to this restaurant. And my husband gets mad at me, like, you're so annoying, this. And I'm like, how is that my fault? I go, well, just take it off and eat it. And I'm like, I'm sorry, no. He just, you know, he doesn't like to deal with it. And I don't like to complain, I ain't gonna lie. I told the lady, but I didn't even know she was a wife of the owner. I know the owner, I didn't know the wife. When we started going, she just gave birth to her baby, and so I hadn't seen her. I saw her. And I didn't know, and I told her, look, this happened. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I said, can I get you another plate, she says. So I'm like, yeah, I go, but ready to go. I don't know if I'm going to eat it. Right now, at least. So, after a couple hours, I did go back and to eat it. I warmed it up, and I made sure I went through the whole thing. Because I'm sorry, but I don't want hairs in my food. And that food is so, so good. Like, really, guys. It's so, so good. But I don't know what it is. Do I attract hairs? Is that what it is? I don't get it. I don't get it. I told my husband, I don't know why you get mad. I go, it's not like I do it on purpose. I want hairs on my food. I mean, shoot. It comes out. Why? I don't know. I go, most of the time I just won't eat. You know? And that's it. To not cause issues, but yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know what that even means. I should even Google it and see if there's something that has some meaning to it. Like, why? Like, you know? I don't know. And they're not my hairs. It was wrapped around well, not wrapped around, but it was kind of wrapped around the sausage, and it was really dark black hair. I don't have black hair. And my hair's long. That hair was shorter. But then I looked at the cook. The cook didn't have hair. You could tell he shaves his head, but he had a cap on. The other cook did have hair, but most of the hairs that I saw was, you know, gray hairs. I don't know, maybe the air, something blows it in. I don't know. Or maybe the cook before him. I don't know where that hair came from, but I got a hair. Okay, enough of the hair, Betty. So we are done, guys. How did it come out? So there it is, guys. That's our book. Do I have it backwards? Yes, I do. It's this way. So from this step, I didn't do it on mine. But if you really want this to look like a book, you can cut a piece of, I don't know, chipboard, or maybe sandwich two pieces of cardstock to make it sturdy, and you can glue it here. I didn't on mine, and I kind of like the way it looks because it still gives you that soft cover. But see, that's how it looks. Now if you were to put, you know, if you were to enforce this spine, then it will look like a book. I don't want it like a book, so I'm going to leave it alone. But from this step, I want to enforce the cover and cover my little threads. So what I did is I grabbed, okay, where'd it go? tell you guys, my son's always grabbing my stuff. My goodness. Okay, so I'm going to use some of this tie back. I got this at Home Depot. Someone here on YouTube told me about it and it works great. Okay, I think this little container is too little for that big needle, but I'm going to put it in there for now. So we are going to use this. So pretty much what I do, if I can get it, 1 hour 57 minutes, my goodness. I'm just gonna measure it real quick. Now, where are my scissors? They go around my sewing machine. Okay, that's too big. It's not too big. I think it's good. Let's leave it alone. Okay, so from this point, I'm going to go, no, actually I won't be able to do it that way. I'm just going to go right to the edge. Grab my book and press on it. Now I'm going to do this. Oops, got a rubber band. Just varnish it really good. I did do a good job this time. But it's okay because we're going to cover it. I just want to make sure that baby is down. Then now this side. I know when I get out of this room, hubby's going to be, oh my god, you took forever. Yesterday I did a video on my little, very little embellishment kit I made. And, what, like 20 minutes maybe? 25 minutes? Why can't all your videos be like that? I'm like, what's the big deal? Well, I have to lower my volume on the TV. I'm like, oh my god. Poor baby. Suffers. Men are like kids. They're crazy. But anyways, there we have it. That's how I enforce my spine and help support these little threads so they don't come loose and they don't show. And for this step, you could pretty much do whatever you want as a cover. On this one, I just went ahead and used some of this shipping paper that you buy at the store. You know, it's like $1 a roll. So I just used some of that, which I kind of like the way it looks like that. But I will be sealing it though. I'm not going to leave it like this, but I kind of like it because, you know, it matches with the cover. And I did distress this cover a little bit. I don't know if you guys could tell. This one I did not. But that's the way it is, guys. From here, we just start decorating it. You know, backwards, this way. And like I said, I have 15 pages folded. And I have various, these are some papers. I think these are used for like your, you know, presentation paper, I guess resume paper. So I used some of that, some of my music sheets, which some of them were too long, and instead of trimming them, I just pretty much folded them in half, did a stitch. I plan on decorating them and use them as a tuck. So here's some of that school paper I found at the thrift store. I did add one of these time cards. I've never done this before. Oh, see, I should have measured this one and put it in the center. But oh well, still, it looks good. Some of this ledger paper. I never had this kind though. But I did the same thing. Did the stitching there. On this one too, because those were kind of long. This one I did trim. This one was long, but I did trim that one. And I was thinking, like on these, what did I do with it? Right here. The decoration, I was thinking of adding like a piece of paper, and then I had made these, you know, on a board. So I thought it would look cute, you know, and then just use it as an insert. Either at first I thought, okay, I could use it as a flap, but no, I don't want the back to show. So I was thinking, I don't know, it looked cute. No, I'm not sure I like it. Sorry guys, see, that's me. But who knows? Maybe I need to move it around a little bit. But yeah, this is the way you put it together. I will be decorating this one, but not until I get this one done. There's my little time card. So that was fun. What else? That's it, guys. Gotta cover my pages, but that's how you put this together. I really like this little invention. And I like that it has, you know, the space for the signatures. So I hope you guys like it. Let me know if I missed anything, but I think I got everything. So thank you so much for watching. You guys have an amazing rest of the evening, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much. God bless. Bye-bye.